Jack was just a wonderful, healthy little guy, and we were so happy to have him in our family. He always seemed to laugh and smile and just enjoy life.
Jack had been acting colicky, and Bridget just had this intuition that there was more to it, and insisted on taking him down to the emergency room to see if she could get a scan done.
I just loved the grin on his face on the shot when he was looking at your mom.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
That was cute.
My cell phone rang, and I picked it up, and it was Dr. Bravo, and he was crying. And he said, Jack has brain cancer, he has an anaplastic ependymoma, and you need to be here in San Luis Obispo right now. I was just sobbing, like, what? This isn't happening to me. You know, I have 4 wonderful children, and one of them's not dying of brain cancer as I drive.
We knew that our world was going to be different from that second on. We knew that our journey as a family, and our journey with Jack would never be the same. We really believed that Jack had a chance, but the work had just begun when we arrived home.
Having to deal with a reduction in income while our related expenses and travel costs and fuel costs were climbing through the roof.
Because we had to incur unexpected travel, unexpected hotel stays, medical co-pays, equipment to help Jack survive.
You find yourself walking on eggshells, you know, just trying to keep everything together.
We started getting phone calls from other families that we knew were out there asking if they could have our walker that he had because they're expensive. And these are families with insurance. We had people who wanted his car seat, but they were tapped out like we were. We remember what it was like to pay mounting gas bills, to pay hotel bills, to try to find equipment that you knew would impact and improve your child's quality of life. And we knew we had to do something.
Joey Scangarello, my little son, he's a 10-year-old. He was diagnosed with a cleft palate and also diagnosed with Pierre-Robin syndrome. Now that Joey's 10 years old, you guys have been a part of our journey through his entire life, through his entire 10 years and multiple procedures and multiple appointments.
Mateo is our youngest son out of 3 boys. He's 9 years old. When we originally found out Mateo had cancer, we were down at Cottage Hospital. It was a whirlwind, and we ended up changing hospitals due to insurance to Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And the first thing in our minds was, that's really far, and we have other boys.
On December 29th of 2016, I was hiking at Bishop's Peak, and I took a misstep that caused me to fall about 40 feet. And as a result of that fall, I broke my back, my neck, I split my sternum. I was in pretty bad shape and realized that I was going to be paralyzed. So when I arrived at Stanford Hospital, my parents received a phone call from Jack's Helping Hand saying that they'd already taken care of their hotel reservations, they'd sent gift cards for food and gas. I mean, just taking even the smallest amount of weight off my parents was a huge relief for them and for me as well, not feeling like a burden.
That's beautiful to know that that's what Jack's Helping Hands is for. And again, it sounds very, very simple, like not a big deal on the outside, but until you're put in to a whirlwind of a sick child, it is so huge.
One of the things I truly do love about Jack's Helping Hands is they have helped us with the medical aspect, but they've also brought joy to my son's life, which he has a different path. He travels a different path than other children. So the Little Riders programs, for example.
In my mind, I thought the Little Riders program, get on a horse and ride. But what I've seen, emotionally, he's in control of that horse. And that is so powerful to watch, as our son from 2 to 8 years old had no control of anything. He gets on that horse, and to see him be alone and to have the reins, that is huge for him emotionally, that he is in control of something.
So Joey's part of the Little Swimmers program from Jack's, which is fantastic. You should see when he wakes up in the morning, he signs swimming, and the Little Swimmers program has just generated so much confidence in this boy. Really push. Jump out.
Jack passed away in November of 2004. About a year or so later, his uncle Nick and Aunt Kathy generously donated 32 acres of potential parkland to the County of San Luis Obispo with requests that it be utilized to establish a park in memory of Jack.
When we saw the plans and what Jax had been planning for this, it just opened up the door for him to be able to go play and be safe, but also bring his friends with him, because he has a lot of friends and they do like to play. So now it's everyone can play together in one park, one location.
And children who don't have special needs can come to the park and be a family and have a great time. And that is something that did not exist when my son Jack came home from the hospital, and did not exist when he died.
It didn't stop once I left the hospital. Jack's Helping Hand continued to provide support for myself and my family so that we could continue with a somewhat normal life despite the challenges that we were overcoming.
They're part of the family. They become family, and that's why we feel comfortable always calling them at any time, because they're always there for us.
People think once their transplant's over, he's thriving, we're good. But our family is making up for a lot of lost time, emotionally, physically, mentally, and I think the after is just as important, and that's where I know Jax will be.
We know the journey they're on. We understand it. We remind them that we are here for their journey, that these children are part of our lives and of Jack's Helping Hand lives. We have many children at this point we've had for 15 years, and we cannot wait for another 15 years.